Hola clase. Today we're going to do part 2 of our Unit 4 review in preparation for your test tomorrow. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to review are those verbs that are irregular in the first person. So remember that some verbs are irregular in the present tense only in the first person, which is the yo form. All other forms are regular. That was something that we didn't all quite get the first time, so let's really make sure that we're focusing in on that. So again, these forms are irregular in the yo form, and I have them all listed here below, but then any other form is just going to follow your normal rules. So we had a little saying that went with this: his pet turtle says some crazy verbs. So his stood for hacer, which means to do or make, and the yo form is hago. Everything else is just normal, so haces, hace, hacemos, hacen. Pet stood for the word poner, which means to put, which is pongo is the irregular yo form, and then it's pones, pone, ponemos, ponen. Turtle stood for traer, which means to bring. Trigo is the yo form, and then it's just traes, trae, traemos, and traen. Says stood for the verb salir, which means to leave. The irregular yo form is salgo, and the rest are just normal. Sales, sale, salimos, salen. Some stood for the verb saber, which means to know information. And again, it's irregular in the yo form, so it's say, and then sabes, sabe, sabemos, saben. Crazy stood for the verb conocer, which means to know somebody. And the yo form, the irregular yo form is conozco. Everything else is normal. Conoces, conoce, conocemos, conocen. And finally, verb stood for the verb ver, which means to see, and the irregular yo form is veo, then it's ves, ve, vemos, and ven. So again, guys, we really got to make sure we're paying attention that any other form is just going to be normal. The last big thing that we're going to talk about are those verbs that are irregular, and just another set of boot verbs. This time the stem changes from E to I. So remember that some irregular verbs like pedir, which means to ask for, require an E to I stem change in the present tense. In other words, it's just another boot verb, and you guys have done really well with that. So all of the forms within the boot change, and the E would change to an I in the stem, and obviously the nosotros form is what is outside of the boot, and it does not change. If there are two E's in the stem, we need to remember to always change the second E, not the first E. Now I'm going to give you just a couple seconds to do some practice here. You can pause the video and practice, and then we'll go from there. So for number 1, it says tu blank la mesa. You have the verb poner. The correct form of poner, again, it's not the yo form, so it's just going to be normal. It's pones, P-O-N-E-S. Number 2, you have yo, and then saber la respuesta correcta. This is the yo form, so you would look for the irregular yo, and that's just say with an accent. Number 3 says ella. We have pedir una hamburguesa. You have pedir, plus we have the E to I in parentheses, telling you, hey, it's a stem changer, so it's going to be pide, P-I-D-E. Number 4, we have yo again. It's an irregular yo verb, so it's going to be yo traigo, T-R-A-I-G-O, la ensalada. And then finally, number 5, Senora Bright, we have repetir, and again I have E to I in parentheses, la respuesta correcta. There are two E's in this stem, so it's going to be the second E that changes to an I. The answer is going to be repite, R-E-P-I-T-E. The only other thing that will also be on your test tomorrow will be vocab. There's a Quizlet that's also on this post, so please make sure you take some time to look at that. If you have any questions, please let me know. There is a second part of your study guide to finish today as well that you will need to submit. Once you're done with that, just make sure that you have a pretty good understanding of all the things we've talked about in these 2 days of review, and then like I said, tomorrow you will have your unit test over that. If you have a question, please email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Have a good day.